what's up? I'm not entirely sure how to do all this. And I think that's because I keep looking for instructions. And, I guess most of life doesn't come with instructions. So, I guess I'm just going to start doing. And so today, what we are doing is... check out this little thing. Take a look at that. This is, something I just picked up at a really cool place. It's gifted to me. See the details there on that. Nintendo, all rights reserved, and Merlin stickers, which as far as I can tell from what I was shown, is a UK-based company, or was, I don't know. I know little to nothing. 1992 Nintendo, so by that time the NES and the Game Boy, those were already things 2 years before the SNES. Now I won't necessarily say that I've experienced all those things, and sorry for the lighting, but it's probably best I don't start apologizing, because there will be too many things to apologize for by my standards. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna look this stuff up, and I'm a fan of, I guess you could say, the more analog, the less I have to edit. So, surprise, surprise, the portion of the beginning of this, which you assume I would have cut, which I thought I was going to cut, will not be cut, and you'll just be like, why are we staring at this guy? Feel free to skip, to anything else, like forward. So honestly, I'm just going to get on here and I'm going to search this up, and I'll give you guys a screen view in a second. The date currently is the 17th of, I keep forgetting April, like the word. I keep wanting to say like 4/17/25. It's April 17th, 10:30 almost. And I'm probably just going to upload this, just throw it onto the tube, onto the channel. I know the last video I posted was Wii Fit, which, not gonna lie, we'll get to that when we get to it. Just wanted to show you guys this, I guess. I feel I have a new special attachment to this little thing here. Clearly we have Link, or I should say a Link, holding up 1/3 of the Triforce there, or at least I assume 1/3 of the Triforce. I was told the bottom half, this is half of something. I assume the bottom half has the other two pieces of the Triforce. I stared at this thing at a cool shop, which, if you're local, check it out. Kennedale Trading Post, here in Texas, in the Metroplex area, so a little bit southwest of Arlington territory. Really cool place. Go check it out for sure. I was just analyzing this thing for like an hour and a half. Cool people. David and Val, David gave me this, and like I am now, I've been staring at it for an hour and a half and counting at this point. So for whatever reason, I guess this has inspired me to talk a little bit of what I'll call nonsense, but maybe one day it won't be just nonsense, I guess. Maybe someone can relate to whatever I'm about to say. But looking at this image of a Link with a Triforce here, and also I've forgotten that I've been wearing the shirt all day, so it's kind of funny that, maybe that's why he gave it to me. I don't know. If you don't know, the Triforce is essentially supposed to be 3 pieces, from what I remember. In its completion, it's supposed to basically be, like a super item in the Zelda universe. But it's 3 pieces, right? Separately have specific purposes, I guess, or specific abilities, you could say. I believe it's power, courage, and wisdom, and altogether, those 3 concepts are well together they're the Triforce, but also just ideologically, those are some pretty powerful ideas. I guess you can't say powerful because power is one of them, but we'll say effective. Three things that if you have a balance between the three, you could say you're golden. So, for the fun of this, what we're looking up is, let me see if I can get this in here, Nintendo Merlin stickers. And let's see what we find. 1992 Merlin Nintendo on eBay, which I figure, normally I don't shop the site. But, no, this isn't the one that he showed me. This one was. I think this is where he said he bought this. He pulled this. What? Continue move. Yeah, this right here. Check it out. Let me flip this around. So, this right here, I guess, and it says Europe Rare, so that's why I assume this is, it may not just be exclusively to Europe, but is that showing on your end? Is that focused, I guess, a little bit, but here, let me get that out of the way. Yeah. Let's get to the real deal here. This right here. Pretty cool. Now, in terms of value, I don't, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta figure out how to use this stand, to be honest. Is this how this was? I don't know. Oh, that's what I need to do. Yeah, see, this is the stuff that you're like, wouldn't this get cut out? Yeah, probably, normally. Not here, not this channel. Not until I can probably afford to pay an editor, but even then, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like the more raw things. But anyway, this is pulled out of that. That's what this is. And I just want to see, since we're looking, just the value. Like I said, I don't really go for the value stuff most of the time, but I don't know. I want to be a collector, but I feel like what I've been trying to collect lately is not. It's not necessarily physical stuff. It's more like the word I have at the moment is a vibe. Sorry to disappoint with boring terminology or maybe terminology that would feel empty these days, but I don't know. You know, I'm hoping to uncover that here on this channel. I thought when I started this channel that I was gonna, create this like super well commercialized, well produced, just set of stuff, and who knows what it'll turn into. But honestly, I'm realizing this is my platform, I guess. This is my journey with whoever's watching. I guess something about being afraid to turn on this camera or take it with me and be the version of me that this lens looks at seems to be, I don't know, I guess a step in life I haven't taken. But anyway, let's see. Let's just see. I don't even know what the word this says. I guess we'll put that in there. Number 63. There's a number on here. So, what's that? So this is number 64. If you look here, apparently it's not exactly as I thought. Just only one piece of the Triforce in this picture. Or, I don't know, maybe it's the whole Triforce, but it can't be. So it's just one piece. Which kind of helps me with some information, because when I'm thinking about it, right, for whatever reason, okay, and I say whatever reason because I normally do a lot of thinking, and I have reasons. I've had a bit of a spiritual encounter, seemingly, with a sense of nostalgia tonight. with my visit over at Kennedall Trading Post. I'm really bad about remembering the name, although I can't seem to forget the place, that's for sure. But if this is the complete picture and there's nothing else missing besides this second piece, right, that, like I say, that from my best guess, right, if we were to kind of break this down, for no reason, like all fun things are broken down, from what I know, Link is supposed to represent 1/3 of this Triforce, and I assume that the piece he holds is the part of courage. Link, or all of the Links, are supposed to represent, I guess, the courage, you know, to do what he does in the games, which is basically just step up and fight, protect, stuff like that. And I really think that, for whatever reason this is just speaking to me right now, and that for some reason I am meant to be courageous. And if the other half here is not the rest of the Triforce, but Link's bottom half, I guess you could say I feel as though getting this other half would be, you could say, a representation of, I don't know, maybe taking a stand, I guess. Completing the picture would be like a metaphor for not only having the courage, but acknowledging the fact that with courage comes the standing in a little bit of what looks like sand or something, you know, sword on the hip. You know, that's a whole dude right there. A whole knight, whatever you want to call him. So, no, I know obviously that I could just probably buy this other half. You know, it says this is $3, but I was told originally that, you know, maybe if I got it graded or something like that. Like I said, you know, I don't really. I mean, a way to preserve it, sure. He gave me this cool Gyarados, terrestrialized Gyarados sleeve. Looks pretty cool. Actually like it a lot. 2023. But, yeah, I guess there's going to be more content like this where it's basically just me thinking. And if you like to think, or you're just curious about, you know, what I'm doing, then, you know, hit the button, do the thing, and I'll see you later. I'm just going to click this button, just raw, you know. There's no edit where I say see you later and then it cuts and then there's music or something. This is it. So, welcome to this. Appreciate it. Oh, and feel free to share your thoughts, you know, I guess. You're probably going to be like, on what? I don't know what we just did. But, you know, even just, I don't know, if you feel anything from watching this, if you even watch it, which is totally understandable, if you are like, I don't know what this is. But, yeah. Yeah. Probably going to post again, but with this video in particular, I feel like I've kind of hit the mark on what I was aiming for. And I think also I'm just kind of learning how to do this YouTube thing. Not even just YouTube, but like record myself and document the stuff and then be like, okay, I'm going to share this and put this out there. So, the channel will probably see a bunch of stuff just because I think about a lot of this stuff. And I just don't do it, you know. Even now I'm explaining to you why I'm doing the thing I'm doing because it's so out of my nature. But I want it to be in my nature to just share this stuff. So, that's the work in progress that I've got. So, adios.